Welcome back to this part 2 of this battle report featuring Orks versus Necrons. On to Orks turn 2. So the battle wagon is going to move up 6 inches towards the squad of warriors, and the bikes are moving up towards the squad of immortals. The kill cannon on the battle wagon is going to target the squad of warriors, gets a direct hit, and it's able to hit the lord and the 2 warriors, and then on the wounding roll, managed triple 1, so no luck there. Now the looters are going to attack the same squad. D3 hits means they, on a 4 means they get 18 hits, or 18 shots, of which 5 of those hit. And there's 4 wounds. Les makes a save and only managed to save 2 of them, so 2 warriors go down to the looters. Next up, the bikes are going to attack the squad of immortals. Get 22 shots combined between the bikes and the Wazdaka. And there's it's twin links, they get to roll again. So in total there's 12 hits. Those are 9 wounds. And of those 9 wounds, Les makes 4 of those saves, so it means 4 immortals go down to the bike squad. Next up, the big shoot on the truck's firing, gets 1 hit, 1 wound, and another fails to make that save, and another warrior goes down, or immortal goes down. Now up to the reanimation roll. So of the squad of immortals, 4 of them come back. And of the 2 warriors squad, both of those come in. Moving on to the Orks assault phase, the boys move up against the immortals. And the immortals move in as well. I'll start with the boys. They get 12 attacks, in which they get 6 hits and make 4 wounds. The immortals are able to make 2 of those saves, so it leaves 2 immortals going down. Next up, the immortals are retaliating. They get 6 attacks, 2 hits, which none of them wound. Now we missed the Mind Shackle Scarab, so the Knob is attacking with 1 attack and manages to take out a boy. And now the Wazdaka retaliates with 4 hits, and then 4 attacks, 4 hits, and then 4 wounds. Now Les manages to fail his leadership, but does manage to beat the initiation, or the initiative roll. Rolls 4 inches back, so he gets to move the immortals back 4 inches from combat. Now he's doing his reanimation protocol rolls, and manages to bring back. The dice says 3, but he actually brought back 4 guys. On to Necron's turn 2. Start of the movement phase. Les is moving his immortals back, as well as moving the Ghost Dart back, primarily to avoid any auto hits against it, and moving the warrior squad on the left forward for a better firing position. So first off, the Ghost Dart is going to target the bike boys. They managed to get 10 shots, of which there's 8 hits. And of those 8 hits, there was 4 wounds. And I managed to make 2 of the 4 saves, but that means 2 of the bike boys were taken off. Next up, the warriors inside the Ghost Ark are firing. They managed to get 18 shots and 15 hits and 5 wounds. Managed to make 3 of those saves this time, but again, that means 2 more bike boys are removed. Next up, the immortals are going to target the truck. From 12 hits, they managed to get 10 hits and make 1 glancing on the truck, which does destroy it. Now, we didn't roll on the Ork truck damage table. We had skipped over that part. So the boys inside are just jumping out here. Next up, the warrior squad on the left is going to target the battle wagon, trying to just get a glance with a 6 and fail to roll a single 6. So that brings us to the end of turn 2. Take a quick look at the table. Again, everyone seems to be moving towards each other. Right now it doesn't look like anyone's holding any objectives. We'll see how it looks when we go into Ork turn 3. We'll start off with the Knob Biker separating himself from Wazdaka and moving back down to the Ork side of the table. So be able to take the objective that's hiding behind that little building there. It's un-Orky, but it's the tactic he used. Wazdak is moving in behind the Ghost Ark, so he can be able to attack the rear Armor 11 side. The Shooter Boys are moving up towards the squad of Immortals. And the Burner Boys are unloading from the battle wagon to take on the Warriors on the left. And they're going to move up to get within charge range. The Ludas are going to target that warrior squad. They get D3 hits, so that's 6 hits, so that's 27 shots. Of that, made 12 hits and 11 wounds. Les managed to make 3 of those, or sorry, 8 of those saves, but so you're losing 3 guys. Next up, Wazdak is going to attack the back, or shoot the back of the Ghost Ark with his Daka cannon. Gets 4 shots, 1 hit, 1 glance, and that manages to immobilize it. Next up, the Shooter Boys are going to let into the Warrior or the Immortals. They get 22 shots, 9 hits, and 3 wounds, to which he makes 1 save, so take out 2 of those warriors. Now he does his reanimation protocol and is able to bring back 1 of the warriors and 1 of the Immortals and 2 of the warriors. Next up, the boys the Burner Boys are moving in against the Warriors, and the Shooter Boys are coming in against the Immortals. So do the Mind Shackle Scarabs with the Burnas, so they managed to get 3 hits and 3 wounds, and managed to make 2 T-shirt saves. So only lose 1 of the Burner Boys. Now the Burnas are going to retaliate with 24 attacks, which there's 10 hits and 7 wounds, and being power weapons, you can't make any saves, so those are 7 warriors gone in that with that attack. Next up, they get to do a leadership test. They fail that, and I beat the initiative, so I managed to wipe out the squad of the Necrons there. So next up, the Mind Shackle for the other squad. So it was 2 hits, 1 wound, and no saves. But the boys do get to retaliate with 27 attacks, which equal to 18 hits and 10 wounds. Now he managed to roll really well and get 9 saves, so only 1 Necron went down with that. Now they get to retaliate with 4 attacks and only 1 wound, and next they do a leadership and they pass that. So Wazdaka's attacking now with his Power Claw, 1 hit, and manages to glance, and the Living Metal negates that. So on to Necron turn 3. The Warriors start by moving back, and then into the shooting phase. The Warriors are going to attack Wazdaka. They get 18 shots, of which 12 hit, and there are 4 wounds. And of those 4 wounds, Wazdaka fails all of them, so he's removed as a casualty. Next up, it's the Immortals versus the Boys. We didn't capture a clip of this, but they go straight into the Mind Shackles Scarabs, and they managed to get 2 hits and 1 wound and fail that save. Next up, the Immortals are attacking. They get 5 attacks, of which 3 hits, 1 wound, and managed to fail that save as well. So there's another boy gone. Now the boys get to retaliate with 18 attacks, of which 6 hit, and there's 2 wounds, of which Les fails both of them. So there's 2 warriors removed. Next up, the Knob attacked with 3 attacks, 1 hit, and 1 wound. And Les, on the reanimation protocol, managed to bring back 4 more warriors. That brings us to the end of turn 3. With the boys being tied up by the Immortals and these burners and the wagon way over to the side, it's still anybody's game. So click on the link to watch part 3 of the series, and if you've enjoyed this, please click on subscribe and like if you want to see more videos. And as always, if you have any comments, suggestions, or rule corrections, leave a comment below.